I think so. Big. Very big, yeah.
You've got to stop the pulling out. Don't pull out. Defend and move the legs when you defend. Smooth, balance.
Oleksandr Usyk leaks sparring footage with Anthony Joshua ahead of Jake Paul fight. This isn't just training, it's a subtle message. Usyk trading precise, punishing shots with Joshua sends a clear warning to Paul. He's stepping into a world far beyond exhibition fights. Every punch tells a story of experience, strategy, and the gap between true professionals and YouTube hype.
Don't look for nothing. That's good. Don't look for nothing. Now step around him. Upper body.
Oleksandr Usyk isn't just sparring, he's schooling AJ with precision and control, showing the kind of skill Jake Paul can only dream of. Every punch is a statement, every movement a reminder that hype doesn't make a fighter. Paul's theatrics won't survive a single round against real professionals.
Last fight, it's great. Because Anthony is Olympic champion, Francis Ngannou, it's second fight for boxing.
Anthony Joshua's sparring session with Usyk reads like a blueprint for dominance. Every connection from Usyk is deliberate, testing AJ's limits and sharpening his counters. For Jake Paul, the YouTube sensation who thrives on drama, this is pure nightmare fuel. He wouldn't last a single round. This isn't entertainment, it's an education in real boxing power.
Hit a few times, he gets hit a few times, he gets hit more.
Eddie Hearn emphasizes the relentless grind that molds champions. AJ spending endless hours in the gym with Usyk isn't just training, it's transformation. They're building timing, instinct, and fearlessness while Jake Paul, the YouTube problem child, is still stuck chasing clicks, completely unprepared for anything resembling a real fight. The gap couldn't be wider.
Living in camp, training with him day in, day out. And it made a big difference in the fight. So I think he knows that the way that he's going to improve is time in the gym and also the quality is.
Duke McKenzie underlines the seismic shift in AJ's camp. Training daily with Usyk's team isn't just about punches. It's about intelligence, timing, and championship instincts. AJ is evolving into a sharper, more calculated force, ready to dominate any scenario. The energy, discipline, and size on display signal that we're witnessing the rebirth of a true heavyweight powerhouse.
Joshua training with the Usyk camp now?
Yeah, he's training with the Usyk camp.
If he's training with the Usyk camp and there's a marked improvement on his performance, he could quite easily clean up again.
Listen, what I'm saying.
Derek Chisora nails the core of elite sparring, learning from every mistake and building instinctive reactions. AJ and Usyk aren't just practicing, they're refining, adjusting, and hardening themselves for battle. Each corrected error translates to a sharper, more devastating fighter. The level of focus and discipline in that gym is frighteningly precise, signaling a storm no opponent could easily weather.
It's only different. Sparring, you're there to learn. So the guy you knocked out in sparring, he's understand, okay, I did this silly move, that's how I got knocked out. So I'm gonna have to stop doing these silly moves so I don't get knocked out.
Lawrence Okoli points to sparring's dual edge, growth and lethal precision. AJ and Usyk are learning timing, distance, and power while simultaneously preparing for destruction. Every combination is a lesson in efficiency and dominance. The intensity, focus, and calculated aggression in these sessions are building a fighter who can control a fight from start to finish.
Sparring's really for learning, but you can also learn to take someone out. So
Chisora's blunt words capture the brutal reality of true boxing. AJ and Usyk are conditioning themselves for power and precision, ensuring every strike is effective. This isn't a show, it's calculated ferocity. Each session leaves a mark on their skills, endurance, and strategy. The intensity radiating from the gym hints at the absolute chaos a real fight will unleash.
Game, because I want to see some blood. I want to see somebody's teeth falling out. So I told Anthony, I already messaged Anthony as I listen.
Adam Smith highlights AJ's strategic edge. Every decision in the ring, every round controlled reinforces his dominance. With Usyk's mentorship, AJ is a measured, relentless force, capable of deciding when and how to finish a fight. The anticipation builds with each drill. They're not just preparing, they're orchestrating precision, power, and timing like a heavyweight symphony.
AJ should win whenever he wants to win. But will he want to win early? Will he want to get some rounds in, being inactive for 14 months to prepare him for 2026?
Jake Paul's words are pure theatrics, a desperate attempt to intimidate while hiding the reality of his inexperience. Meanwhile, AJ and Usyk have been grinding relentlessly, turning sparring into a strategic war zone. Every drill, every correction, and every combination builds a fighter who is calm, precise, and merciless. Paul may think he's sending warnings, but what he's really showing is how unprepared he is for real boxing. The gap between hype and execution has never been wider. Fans know this isn't about insults, it's about survival, skill, and absolute dominance inside the ring.
Like, I'm genuinely sorry. Like, I want to apologize in advance because I know the emotional turmoil you're going to go through. You're going to go into hiding. That's who you are. You love to go and hide. And so that's what's going to happen. And I really...
Johnny Nelson perfectly sums up the absurdity of Jake Paul challenging AJ. AJ doesn't toy with opponents. He dismantles them. Paul's showman antics might impress YouTube fans, but in the ring, they're meaningless. Training with Usyk's camp has sharpened every inch of AJ's technique, timing, and power. Every punch Paul imagines he can handle is a warning of reality waiting to hit hard. This isn't just hype, it's a storm of discipline, strategy, and sheer knockout ability ready to expose the limits of a social media star stepping into a real boxing arena.
Because Jake Paul is crazy. If he thinks he can get it with Anthony Joshua, former two-time heavyweight champion of the world, and play Tiddly wins, I don't think AJ plays touch. He plays knock the F out.
Eddie Hearn's warning underscores the sheer danger Paul is inviting. AJ is not just a heavyweight, he's a measured, tactical, and devastating force. With Usyk's guidance, his timing and precision are sharpened to perfection. Jake Paul is entering a storm he cannot control. Each sparring session AJ undertakes is a calculated step toward dominance. This fight isn't about entertainment, it's about reality, and Paul's bravado will collide with experience, skill, and pure power in a way that YouTube clicks could never prepare him for.
I said to Jake Paul, you ain't in a box, mate. This ain't David Blaine. I said, so just be careful, because AJ will take your head clean off your shoulders, and it's you know, it's dangerous.
Yeah.
And you take on that responsibility, and we all have to. So we got to think about that. But this is Anthony fighting a top 50 cruiserweight in the world. It's not something that we would normally do.
Yeah.
But
Frank Warren lays it out clearly. This is no sideshow. AJ and Usyk aren't performing. They're preparing for a calculated storm. Every fighter knows the risk, but few can match the discipline, strategy, and lethal capability these two bring. Confidence alone isn't enough. It's backed by years of training, ring IQ, and execution. Any opponent stepping in without respect for this precision, especially a showman like Paul, is walking blind into danger. The spectacle fades when skill meets experience, and this fight is shaping up to be a masterclass in how true champions operate under pressure.
It's a dangerous fight. Of course, it's a dangerous fight. But I'm not here to be there selling their show. I've got no interest in the fighters from that perspective. I just think that he is a licensed boxer. He trains. He knows what he's getting involved with. He's not an idiot, and he knows what he's going to be up against. But he must believe in himself today.
Duke McKenzie perfectly captures the absurd mismatch Jake Paul is diving into. AJ stepping in isn't just a fight; it's a demonstration of what real boxing looks like. With Usyk's camp shaping every move, AJ isn't just powerful; he's intelligent, precise, and lethal. Paul's antics and social media bravado mean nothing here. He's walking into a storm where every punch counts, where inexperience meets decades of training. This isn't about entertainment, it's about reality crashing down on a YouTuber who believes hype can replace skill. Fans should prepare for a spectacle of dominance, a brutal reminder that talent, size, and experience cannot be faked. If AJ lands cleanly, this fight could quickly turn from a media circus to a clinical lesson in how far showmanship falls short against professional mastery.
He's his fight of his career. If he wants to get 100 million and not even break sweat, you know, you take the fight. Is it going to enhance his stock as the world's #1 contender? Not at all, because nobody's going to take Jake Paul seriously. But on the other hand, should I don't even want to play devil's advocate. What if Joshua seriously hurts this guy, and puts this guy in hospital?
Carl Frosch cuts straight to the heart of the matter. Jake Paul is not in AJ's league. No amount of hype, vlogs, or social media followers can prepare him for a precise, seasoned heavyweight like AJ. Even past his peak, AJ's technique, timing, and power are overwhelming. Each 1-2 punch is calculated, deliberate, and devastating. The size, experience, and refined skills Paul lacks make this a mismatch that borders on merciless. This isn't a spectacle, it's a masterclass in boxing fundamentals versus a YouTube novelty. Every fan watching can see it. Paul's bravado collapses the second real punches land. AJ's presence alone commands respect and fear, and this fight is shaping up to be a short, explosive reminder of why he remains one of the most dangerous men in the sport.
What should happen? This is a one-round job, because AJ, even though he's past his best, even though he's seen better days, he throws a nice 1-2 down the middle, he's got a nice bit of distance, and fake Paul can't fight. He just can't. I don't care what anybody tells me. He can't fucking fight. He lost to Tommy Fury, for crying out loud.
Logan Paul's insight captures the surreal danger Jake is stepping into. AJ doesn't play games. He demolishes threats with surgical precision. Francis Ngannou's knockout wasn't luck. It was timing, power, and experience perfectly executed. Jake Paul's YouTube bravado and problem child persona will evaporate the moment he faces AJ in the ring. With Usyk mentoring behind the scenes, AJ's movement, angles, and punches are honed to perfection. Fans are witnessing the clash between hype and reality, where one man's social media confidence meets another's elite skill set. Paul may think it's a stunt, but it's a real lesson in what separates entertainers from true warriors. Every second in that ring will redefine expectations, leaving no doubt who belongs at the top.
The Joshua thing is crazy.
Is that a real conversation?
Jake's a fucking lunatic, and it's probably real. I saw Joshua knock out Francis Ngannou, and the guy was like out cold for 5 minutes. And this is a guy who had never been knocked down, let alone knocked out.
If he steps in the ring with him, and actually a bell rings and there are punches thrown, every bit of Jake Paul is not a real boxer conversation is gone forever.
Tony Bellew nails the physical reality. The sheer size and power gap is terrifying for Paul. AJ's combination of weight, reach, and refined technique makes this a mismatch from the first bell. No hype video or social media clip can replicate the intensity and precision of a professional heavyweight. Every drill, every sparring session, and every adjustment under Usyk's guidance only sharpens AJ further. Jake Paul's bravado will crumble under actual punches, and what fans witness won't be a fight, it will be a demonstration of power, strategy, and absolute control. Bellew's skepticism is spot on. The moment gloves meet, Paul's confidence is likely to vanish, leaving him exposed to one of the most physically imposing and technically proficient fighters in the world.